What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to JJD TV. I'm your host, Josh, and today we are going to take a look at my Euro predictions. Producer T came on here and did his, and the basic bitch he is did pick France to win. So we're gonna go through it and see what I feel. Some of you guys in the comments for taking a look at him, and to producer T's being fair, I mean, he is fairly new at football, but I still think he had some pretty good picks, and he had to pick France. You can't judge him too much. But now we're gonna get into my picks. We're going to go through them all, and I'm going to figure out kind of who I'm gunning for to win Euros this summer. So, starting in Group A, we have Switzerland, Turkey, Wales, and Italy. Now, I have an advantage as well, because I read what some of you guys were thinking about these groups as well, but I do have my own opinions, and I'm not going to really let that throw me, because a lot of you guys were backing Turkey. I think that Turkish squad is very, very good. I think they have some real ballers in that squad, but I still feel like there's something missing. I think the Italian squad is going to top the group. I think that the Turkish side is going to be second. And a lot of people are upset about Wales. I don't know if I want to give Wales a lot of love. I was looking at their squad, man. Besides really Bale, I mean, James isn't too bad. They don't have enough there for me to justify putting them anywhere else besides bottom. So I'm going to go Italy topping the group with Immobile, Insigne, just the usuals. I think Mancini's got a good squad there. Turkey, again, with the way that they've come up, considering the disaster Turkey's has been in a while, they're in incredible form. And I think they will have a deep-ish run in this tournament, followed by Switzerland and, of course, Wales in fourth. Moving on to Group B, we have Russia, Belgium, Denmark, and Finland. And this one, I think, pretty much runs itself. Belgium, who I think are one of the favorites of the tournament, will top it. The Russia and Denmark sides are interesting. I think they're about even, in my opinion. I think I would have picked Russia just on their current really tournaments that they've been relatively doing well at, but I don't think they've been in very good form of late. Not saying that Denmark's been spectacular by any stretch, but I am going to give it to the Danes just ahead of Russia. I think it'll be close. It might even be a draw. And then Finland, I'm sorry, it's pretty typical, but I just don't have a ton of faith in you. I got Austria, North Macedonia, Ukraine, and the Netherlands. Netherlands, again, their manager is a big question mark. I think Ronald Koeman had this team flying, that they could have arguably been one of the favorites, but De Boer, you don't have a lot of confidence in, but this is not a very strong group in Group C, so I am going to put the Dutch at the top still, followed by Ukraine. I think Ukraine has been just getting better and better each and every tournament that they participate in. Austria will then be third, and North Macedonia will be bottom of the group. And I feel relatively comfortable with that. On to Group D, we have Scotland, England, Croatia, and Czech Republic. Again, I think that Southgate's gonna get the boys going. They got Bellingham and Sancho, so they'll be good. But no, like they are a good team, obviously with Kane. I mean, they have a decent back line. They don't have their 4 right backs anymore. Trent Alexander-Arnold isn't quite making it, so they only got 3. But nevertheless, they are a strong squad. They should be going for a deep run. And I think that they will comfortably top the group, followed by Croatia, Czech Republic, and Scotland. I think the Croatia side is going to be a little bit weaker than it has been in previous seasons, but I do think that given how well that they have been doing over the past couple tournaments, they should probably get second in the group. On to Group E, we have Poland, Spain, Sweden, and Slovakia. And again, it's going to be kind of tricky, but I'm going to go Spain. I still, even without the Real Madrid players, I even saw on some of the comments that I still think, even without Sergio Ramos and Vasquez and whoever else in that side could have potentially made it, Fernandez, it doesn't matter. The Spanish squad is going to be very good. It's going to be led by the likes of Morata, Torres. It's going to be a strong squad, and I don't see a way that they don't top this group. I'm going to put Poland in second. I think with Robert Lewandowski up front, it just, him and alone makes them a little bit above Sweden. Sweden obviously had a decent tournament in the last World Cup that they went in, and I think that they'll have an okay Euros this year. And then in last will be Slovakia. Not a lot of faith in them. And then Group F, the group of death, the fun group, the group that I'll probably be doing the most watch-alongs and stuff on, just because I'm watching the German national team, plus it's got some juicy ties. It is going to be tough. I am going to put France at top of the group, followed by Portugal. Not a lot of faith in my Germans. And then Hungary in fourth. Pretty self-explanatory. Then we got to go and pick the 4 best third-place teams. I am going to put Germany at number 1. I do think that is going to be a very tough group, and I'm pretty confident, whether it's the Germans or the Portuguese, that they're going to be going through. Same goes for Switzerland, probably Russia, and then Sweden will be my 4. And then we'll roll out to the round of 16 where Belgium takes on Sweden. I'm going to be going for Belgium. Carrasco, Hazard, Lukaku on incredible form. They play that awkward 3-4-3, but they do it well, and I think there'll be too much for Forsberg and company for Sweden. Italy, Ukraine, I'm going for the Italians. I just don't think Ukraine can quite put up with the firepower that the Italians had, and of course, being set on good defense. They'll be a well-rounded squad under Mancini. I don't see any issues with that. I think if this matchup happens, France will run over Switzerland probably pretty comfortably. They got Benzema back missing penalties. There should be no issue with that. Croatia and Poland is an interesting one. I don't see Croatia having a deep run. I don't see it in them. I think the Polish side, I don't think they'll be much stronger, but I do think with Robert Lewandowski, you can get through those type of close matches in a tournament layout like this. So I'm going to go with Poland. I'm going to go with Spain with a little bit of revenge over Russia to move on after getting knocked out in the last World Cup on penalties. That's a juicy tie right there. England, Portugal. I'm going to go Portugal. I'm going to have England out in the round of 16, and I'm going to make a lot of people upset with that. But I don't think England is a massive tournament team. I mean, I do think they have a strong squad. There's a very good chance if these were kind of laid out differently that they could have had an easier run to potentially the semis. But this is my picks, and they ended up taking on Portugal. I just think with João Felix, Ronaldo, I think those guys are going to have a little bit more experience than England. England obviously made it to that semifinals in the World Cup. They had a relatively easy run there, and they got knocked out against the Croatia side. So, I don't know. I don't have a lot of faith in them. I would like to see England do relatively decent, but I don't see in my picks them getting past Portugal. The Dutch and the Germans, 2 teams that I think will not have the best of tournaments, but I am going to go with Germany over the Dutch just because of, frankly, I know Jurgen Love has taken a step back from the success he's had at Germany, but I still would back him over De Boer any single day. And then an interesting one with Denmark and Turkey, and I'm going to go with Turkey on that one, which sets up Germany and Turkey in the quarterfinal match, which I guess I'm going to go with the Germans. I don't know exactly how they're going to play. I have a feeling from the last preseason, or from the last friendly we saw, it's going to be a 3-4-3. Is it going to be Müller as a false 9? Will Gnabry take a role in there? Will Werner take it on? I don't know, but I think with their midfields, with Toni Kroos, Goretzka, Kimmich, it's a good-looking midfield, and I think that's going to be their big focal point. And the Turkish, like I said, they had a good run, made it to the quarters. Spain and Portugal. That's interesting, man. That's interesting. I'm going to back the Spanish side. I know it's probably not the favorites. I don't want to be super basic about it, but I want to make this a little bit different. I think the Spanish side will surprise some people in this tournament. They had a very disappointing last tournament in the World Cup, and I think this is an opportunity for them to show that it's not all about having Madrid players. They still have a lot of strong players on that squad. And the Portuguese side, in my opinion, can sometimes waver back and forth in consistency. So if it's a nail fight, I'm going to back Spain in it. And then we go to France and Poland. I'm not going to go around that. I'm picking France. Italy and Belgium. I'm going Belgium. I think that this is their time. They got 3 of the Dortmund boys. They got Meunier. They got Hazard. And, of course, they got Witsel. And I'm going to back them to take on France and go to the finals against... Do I back Germany all the way? Could you imagine? I don't know. I'm not. I'm going to go Spain. I'd like to see the Germans obviously win it. That's my background. That's without said. But then I'm doing it just like that. And Belgium taking on Spain in the final. And Belgium wins Euro 2020. So that, guys, is my Euro predictions. A little bit different than Producer T's. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you agree with it, I did a little offside picks, but I mean, these tournaments are all over the place, so I guarantee that my predictions are not going to be anywhere close. But it was fun nonetheless, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please drop a like and subscribe if you're new around here, and we will see you next time.